Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Casper the Boy Diviner, and I know it's been a long time. I've been really tired at work, and I have career stuff going on. I needed to figure out where I'm going, what I'm doing, and I'm still figuring it out. And because of this, and also a lot of social stuff, I've not much time to dedicate to this channel. So I am just going to do videos whenever I feel like doing them. When I get new decks, I'm going to show them. I'm still into tarot, even though I haven't done daily readings in a long time. I do readings as and when I need them. But yeah, I thought it would be nice to talk about my top decks of 2021, even though it's already February. Okay, so the first deck I wanted to talk about is a mass market deck that anyone can get, and it's the White Newman. This is one of my favorite decks from 2021. I didn't get to use it much because I left it in the office when I did my daily readings, and then I left it in my office, and then we went on lockdown, so we couldn't go back to the office for a long time. But it's a wonderfully beautiful deck. One of my favorite decks. The only thing about it is that it's pretty glossy, so that is something that makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. The newer Liminal 11 decks are all not so glossy, they're more matte, but this one is still one of their glossy ones. The one I have is the deluxe version or the special edition, and that's why I have the little pouch that goes with it. I much prefer the pouch than the actual box. And I also know one of the sword suit, particularly I think the 9 of swords or the 8 of swords, the number of swords on the suit is kind of wrong. The one holding a chicken, she has one less sword than in the suit, but it's still a very beautiful deck. One that I wish I used more, but it's difficult to take photos of it for memory or for Instagram just because it's a bit glossy, and I tend to work on in a sunny environment. Okay, so that is my first one I want to talk about. This is the 5th in my top 5. The next one I wanted to talk about is my 4th. My 4th favorite is the Terra Volatile deck. This is the linen edition. I think this is the lighter edition or the less heavy edition. I have no idea what they call it, but it is a really beautiful deck with many extras. So if you are a person who enjoys RWS, a person who likes something more elaborate than the RWS with a bit of vintage feeling, along with some maybe uncomfortable feelings, because some of these cards do give me a bit of a discomfort in a good way, you might want to consider this deck. Can you see this? One of my favorite cards in the deck is the 7 of Pentacles, and it's a man who is waiting, right? But it's not only waiting, it's that patience that he can become something new, or grow something different from him. So it has that kind of collage, old school collage kind of art style. The linen edition is kind of darker than the heavy edition. The heavy edition is a lighter version, so things are a bit clearer. But I really like how old school some of these cards are. Very beautiful, very artistic, I would say. I particularly appreciate the some of the lines that they have, the geometry. So you can see that, for example, this one, there are lines here going up and down. This is one of the suits that they introduced, the suit of vessels. So these are not cups, so these are vessels. And the lines are very telling of like old school kind of magic, like halos behind the heads, so on and so forth. A very beautiful deck. The thing is, there are so many decisions to make before you use the deck. Like, what extras do you want to use? Do you even want to use the extra suit, which is pictured here? These were some of the things I had to decide. And because I got the version with the mottled backs. I don't think you can see them particularly, but they sent me a second one, the heavy edition, which has a beautiful, perfect back, but it's really thick. So for this version here, I'm using the vessels, whereas the thicker version, the heavier version, I don't use the vessels, so it's easier to shuffle. Okay, that's the 4th deck I wanted to talk about. The top 3, the 3rd deck I wanted to share with you. So that was 5th, the 4th, and then the 5th deck I wanted to share with you is the Blood Moon Tarot. I know this is a bit of a controversial deck just because it was a really long Kickstarter, but I'm really happy with what I received. I wasn't a backer. I bought this right after she reopened it for pre-order, and I quickly went down to the website and ordered it. It's a beautiful deck. I love the background. Not the background, but like the back of the card. It's so elaborate, and it gives me a very Asian feel, if you know what I mean, because Asians, we kind of like gold, we like red, and a lot of our emperors and empresses in the past all donned like gold and red. I'm not saying Asian in particular, but like Chinese, and that's why I really appreciate the backs. As for the fronts, some people don't like the borders. I don't find them that troubling. I do enjoy the art more than anything. I particularly like the sword suit and the wand suit. The majors are all very beautiful. I'm not a fan of the cup suit, but it's just because I don't really enjoy pinks and blues. Yeah, and if you don't like snakes, this deck is not for you because most of the wands, which is the skins, are snakes. So instead of swords, she uses dreams. Instead of earth, she uses honey. And for the cup suit, she uses, I think, shells or something like that. Let me check. Songs. She uses songs. So, for example. Yeah, but I think these new suit names do fit this deck. They do give this deck a more like visceral feeling, if you know what I mean, more physical. Even though dreams are not as physical, but they kind of invoke some kind of feeling in you, if you know what I mean. Honey, they kind of sticky, sweet, compared to like Pentacle. I feel like these words invoke more feeling, and the images themselves all invoke a lot of feeling, of course. I wouldn't say this is traditionally RWS, but the guidebook really helps a lot. I don't have a physical guidebook here, but I do have a online guidebook that she actually sent out for the pre-orders. I'm not sure if you order it from her now, if you get that. So this is my third most favorite decks in 2021. So these decks are all released in 2021. It's not that I got them. I think I picked decks that were specifically released in 2021. Okay, let's go to my second most favorite deck from 2021 that was released. It's the Lubanko Tarot. The Lubanko Tarot is, I feel like it's a more saturated, a more heavy version of like the Blood Moon Tarot, but it surprised me. I really enjoy this deck much more than I thought. So it does have borders, it's silver gilding. The background is this Infinity 8 sign. Very blue, very beautiful. Comes in a really nice magnetic box, by the way. And then you can see. So the art style kind of varies a bit here. There are some that are more sketchy, some of them that are more fleshed out. It really depends on what you get. For example, this one is a bit more sketchy. More wild, more passionate. You can see that kind of rough line work that I really appreciate. Very beautiful. Yeah, so this is one of the top decks that I used this last year. I used it a lot. The thing is, some of the art like this one, this is the only one that really makes me feel like not great. This wasn't great for me, but the rest of the cards were all very beautiful. What I would say is missing from this deck is kind of a more fleshed out guidebook. I don't enjoy guidebooks that repeat the RWS meaning or tell us the meaning instead of actually describing to us what's happening in the image. You know, I much prefer when creators tell us what is happening in the image and let us find that meaning ourselves. Or because most of us are already good tarot readers, we kind of know the standard RWS meaning, there's no need for us to have a guidebook just to describe that. I prefer if they talk more about the actual thing that is happening in the cards. And sadly, this guidebook, this one, doesn't do that. This one is really just a high level. There is maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs about the meaning, but it doesn't talk to us about what is in the deck. This was my phone background screen for the longest time, because if you did back her, Emily Lubanko, you would have gotten her PNGs, I think the E art. Okay, so that's it for this one. This is my second favorite, most favorite in 2021, the Lubanko Tarot. Then we'll go to the top. I have not shown this deck at all on my channel, and I really wanted to. I just haven't got to it yet. There are new decks that I've gotten since the last time I made a video, like the R Black Tarot, which I honestly wouldn't recommend anyone to get. But the one I wanted to talk about today, my top favorite of 2021, you might have seen it on my Instagram if you follow me. It is the Yokai Yochi Tarot. Yokai Yochi Tarot, it's a tarot deck with beautiful, beautiful coloring. This coloring is very, how would I put it? It's the brown, gold, black kind of coloring that I really appreciate. And this is a tarot deck based on the Japanese demons, or the Japanese yokais. They call it yokais. And it's so cute. It's creepy, it's cute. I really like the color scheme. And I find the demons or the spirits so evocative. So let's go. I would love to show this more on my channel soon. See the Knight of Pentacles, so cute. The Nine of Swords. See? It does have the RWS meaning. And this guidebook is amazing because instead of just telling us the RWS meaning, this deck actually, this guidebook actually tells us what demon or what spirit is in the cards. I wouldn't want to say demon because some of them are not demons, some of them are just spirits. Actually, most of them seem to be spirits based on my memory of what I read. But I really like this art style. It's very traditional. It emulates that traditional Japanese kind of ink paintings. At the same time, it does have a modern feel, a modern take on this, and I really appreciate that. Look at how cute this spirit is. So pardon me if you're Japanese, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if the artist respected the culture and things like that. By reading the guidebook, I could tell that they did do some research. And from the art, I do feel like everything feels very respectful. I feel like the artists definitely put in their own time and energy to create this deck and do this deck justice, if you know what I mean. Okay, if you want to know or see more of these decks or cards, you can feel free to look through my YouTube channel. I would say I think this is the only one I have not done a walkthrough of. Let me know if you're interested to see more of the yokai yochi and my own interpretations or my own feelings to the deck. I honestly don't know if I can add any value there just because I feel like every card is so cute, every card is so adorable. That's probably what I would say. Yeah. And if you're still here, still watching to the end of this video, thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you so much for still following me and still watching this video even though I have not been around for a long time. I really appreciate your support. Even though I am not the best at replying now, I don't have much time. I hope you guys understand. I hope you guys know that I'm still healthy. I have a slight cough today, but I'm still healthy. I'm still okay. I'm just kind of stressed out. I feel like I kind of have a midlife crisis right now. Like I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, that's basically it. So again, thank you everyone. It's my honor to have done this video. Let me know what were your favorite decks of last year. Let me know if I missed out something that was significant to you, that was released in 2021, that I didn't receive or didn't get or didn't buy. I want to check those decks out, so that would be really helpful. Okay, I hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe in this pandemic, in this panorama. I don't want to say the word because sometimes YouTube might flag it out for some reason. But yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope you guys do well. Take care, goodbye.